What is happening, Internet? Kwing here, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Batgirl Keaton suit that has been leaked from the Flash, and what I think about it. More right after this. Alright, so a lot of you guys have been asking me, hey, Kwing, what do you think about the '89 Batman suit in the Flash movie that was leaked? And as you can see here from the picture, that is not the '89 Batman suit. Rather, that is the brand new DCEU Michael Keaton Batman suit. What you're seeing on screen right now, this is the '89 Batsuit that Michael Keaton wore in the 1989 Tim Burton Batman movie. And over here to the side, this is the Batman Return suit. Now, one of the key differences you're going to see with the Return suit is it has more of an armored look, whereas before it looked like Batman was wearing kind of like a more muscular looking suit that definitely had a lot of protection over in the chest area, whereas he gets a more mechanical look with the Return suit. Now, I actually always liked the Return suit, but the problem with it, just like the '89 suit, is Batman couldn't really turn his head. That's why he had that whole bat turn that he used to do, which he kind of does that with this costume a little bit. Kind of has to turn his whole body to turn around, more or less. But what I find very funny is if you look at the brand new Batsuit from Michael Keaton in the Flash and Batgirl, what is going on with the whole cowl thing again? I don't really see any movement at all. So is Keaton going to be doing the whole bat turn thing again to look around? Is he doing that on purpose, or do the new costume people have no idea what they're doing? I understand that they're trying to make sure that Michael Keaton's Batman is in all black. I mean, you know, they're going for the nostalgia factor, but at the same time, I mean, the cowl does look kind of ridiculous on the new Batsuit. What I do like about the three Batsuits that you're actually seeing a comparison shot, like right now, we've got the '89 suit on the left, we've got the Return suit in the middle, and then we have the brand new Batgirl slash Flash suit right over there at the end. So you've got '89, '92, and 2023. It used to be 2022, which was going to be 30 years since Batman Returns, but now everything's kind of been messed up, and Michael Keaton didn't really get to come back during his 30-year anniversary after leaving the role. That would have been really iconic and awesome, but, you know, sometimes film doesn't really work out with dates and stuff like that. Isn't that right, Flash film? Because you've been delayed so many times. But yeah, I actually really do love the '89 Batman suit, and it's one of my favorite suits in the Arkham games as well. I mean, just the way the suit looks, the gothic inspiration for it, the almost like inhuman look, you know, it's pretty cool. The mechanical suit made sense because, you know, they were trying to make Batman look a little lighter, trying to sell McDonald's toys, so they couldn't have the suit be completely pitch black. If you look at this suit is pitch black, and the brand new suit that Keaton is going to sport in the Batgirl and Flash movie, they definitely went back to the more '89 look of the suit. The key difference is, what they did with the suit, though, is they made it more like armor than, you know, just kind of like the, we'll say, latex or the foam bodysuit that Keaton wore that had tons of, like, armoring or bulletproof stuff right over in the chest and the stomach area. Remember when Keaton gets shot in the '89 movie twice, his top layer of his suit, it's all protection. So in the in the Returns movie, they still did that, but at the same time, they wanted people to know that, you know, this is a more advanced Batsuit. It has more protection. And this one in particular, I mean, I'm really curious to learn all the little tidbits about, like, what the suit is able to do, what it's made after. I kind of like the chest area. It's also a Batman that's been active for about 30 years since Returns. So he is still out in the field. He's doing stuff. He's still killing people. That is going to be a thing. I know people are going to be like, oh, but, you know, Affleck killed people too. It's like, this is the original movie Batman, the modern Batman, and he did kill. And since he's basically playing the Thomas Wayne version of Batman, even though he is Bruce Wayne, of course, but they're taking inspiration from the Flashpoint movie, so he's still the very same Keaton that you remember from 89 and Returns. The only difference is he's going to have a change of heart, or rather, after he dies, he's going to have a character change. He's going to come back, and it's going to be a different Batman, but it's still going to be Michael Keaton. I know that's confusing, but it is what it is. All the leaks have proved it, so Keaton and Supergirl are going to die fighting Zod, and then when Flash restores, or rather recreates the world, a new Michael Keaton Batman, who will appear in the Flash movie, will be that world's DCEU Batman. At least, that was the plan before Discovery changed everything. What's even more interesting, though, is Leslie Grace had an interview the day before Discovery said they were doing a full-blown overhaul of DC Entertainment. And if you want to know what DC Entertainment stands for now, that's DC Comics, Warner Brothers Games, DC Films, DC Animation, CW, HBO Max, and pretty much anything that has to do with DC properties. It's all going to be under the DC Entertainment umbrella, which actually, coincidentally, that's what it was supposed to be under when Jeff Johns was in charge. But yeah, that didn't work out. So good luck, David. I hope this time it works out. But one of the things I really find interesting about the new Batman suit, which I'm going to put up here on screen for you guys to see, is look at the gauntlets. The gauntlets are definitely pretty hardcore, and they have a lot of ridges to them, more so than the original 89 gauntlets. So they're trying to do a combination of all the different Keaton Batsuits into, you know, what his Batsuit would look like 30 years later. So you have the beginning 89 suit, which we're rocking right now in the Arkham game, as well as, you know, on the screen. Then you have the return suit. It's kind of like a bluish black. And then you've got his 30-year layer suit that is definitely for a guy who's in his 60s. We're going to say Batman's in his 60s, running around Gotham, and definitely more protection. The suit is much darker than the return suit, so he can blend in more of the, we'll say, DCEU world, which will have some dark elements to it. It always does. It's DC. His boots are very different than his 89 boots, which, as you know, he was wearing Nikes. They spray painted it black, and then he had like the leg armor. And then in Returns, he had very different bat boots, things like that. The gauntlets and the new boots both have ridges to match kind of like a similar vibe to Returns, but even more so. I'm really going to say that that is more armor protection because of, you know, his age. So it's probably supposed to be like steel or some type of very strong metal. And that's going to be cool. The utility belt I'm not a big fan of in this new suit. I wish they went with the kind of orange or yellow look to it, just to stay true to that style of Keaton suits. Because what they're doing right now, essentially this is the Batman Forever suit, which is the yellow oval, and then the rest of the suit is all black, including the utility belt. I also don't like the style of the belt itself. The belt buckle doesn't really match with the 89 suits. I don't know, maybe Batman thought that having a, you know, all black utility belt worked out better for him in his like golden years, or near his golden years. But it just, I feel like if the belt was kind of like orange or yellow, it would have made the suit just look a little bit more reminiscent to the classic Keaton suits that we saw when Michael was much younger. But, you know, all in all, I don't hate the suit. The cowl is going to take some getting used to. I love aspects of it, but also after, you know, getting the Affleck Batsuit, which you know what that thing looked like. That thing looked like it came ripped right out of DC Comics. Beautiful suit. Also showed the wear and tear of, you know, Batman being active for the 20-plus years that Affleck was Batman that we never got to see, which is very upsetting. But my problem that I have, like, getting a little nitpicky on the new Batsuit, you can see that it looks like it's a clean suit. Doesn't really look like it's a Batman that's been active. There doesn't appear to be any bullet holes, no knife markings, unless he's got like an entire closet full of like these different armored suits, which is possible, but it doesn't really look like it has a lot of wear and tear. And I think also that's some of the issues that some people have with this in comparison to Ben Affleck's Batman. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of like a little nitpick. Even his 89 suit, which he was only active for like maybe 2 or 3 years, as kind of like a rumor or, you know, an urban legend. His suit had some wear and tear. You could see some aspects that he was definitely shot. There was some gunpowder. There was some knife markings. He looked like he was active on the streets. Even his cape. Like, the suit itself, unless it's just promotional-wise, doesn't really have a lot of damage to it. The stuff I saw from the Batgirl set, from the leaked images of his stuntman wearing the Batgirl and Flash suit, again, very clean, too clean for a Batman film, and that bothers me a little bit. But seeing the picture on screen here, you can definitely see that the suit does belong in a line of suits that Keaton would have worn, and definitely progressed over the years, focusing more on protection because, you know, he's not as spry as he used to be. That makes sense. All in all, I think that the actor looks good in the suit. You're actually seeing Michael Keaton here. My biggest problems is the cowl doesn't really look like he can move around as much. More so than probably Returns in '89, but you really can't see any ways for him to move his neck up and down. From what we saw on set, too, from, you know, the footage that I've seen of the movie, of the Batgirl movie, it looks like he doesn't really move his head at all, which might be true to his character, not really sure. I like the ears. I like the opening to the mask, like in '89 in Returns. That definitely feels very Keaton-like. I don't like the utility belt. Love the gauntlets. I like the new boots. I like how they went back to more of like kind of a darker look to the suit, but it still feels very reminiscent to Returns, but they did try to darken the suit a little bit like '89, and it'll be nice to see how the suit looks. Now, we don't know if Keaton is actually going to rock his Batman Returns suit either, but it's rumored that he does wear it for a little bit because that is, you know, Keaton reprising his role as '89 Returns Batman in the first time that Barry meets him. Very active, very gritty, very murderous Batman. And then at the end of the movie, we get to see him as a different Michael Keaton Batman, kind of like a combination of a lot of Earths that merged to one, just like the Zero Year and the Flashpoint comic book. But anyway, now I want to hear from all of you guys. How do you feel about the Keaton Batman suit 30 years later? Do you think it works for Michael Keaton, or you think they should have made the suit look a little bit better? Or do you think this is just a promotional image and not the suit that was filmed on screen? Based on what we've seen from the Batgirl movie, I really believe that this is the film suit. I'm going to hold off like final judgment until we see the suit in its entirety, like on film. Maybe it'll look better, but you know, for what it is, it looks okay. My suit that I prefer for Keaton is definitely his '89 suit. He looks intimidating and scary, and almost kind of like a creature of the night because he can't really move around. Whereas, you know, his later suits, Returns was more mechanical, and Batgirl and Flash, he seems more armored, which, again, makes sense for his age, but I would have just liked them to try to keep it in line with his '89 suits, just a little bit. It has a lot of influence from Returns, and, you know, it's okay. If I keep talking about it, I'm just going to end up, like, bouncing back and forth. Do I love it? Do I hate it? For what it is, I think it works. Hopefully, we'll see it on film, and it will be much better. But I still like Affleck's Batman suits better. I think that showed like a Batman that was actually active, whereas some aspects of the suit does look like cosplay Batman. Just a little bit. But I can't wait to see Keaton in action again. He was my childhood Batman, so I hope that they do justice to his character and that he wows us next year in The Flash and Batgirl. But anyway, people, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video talking about the brand new Batsuit that appears in The Flash and the Batgirl movie. And I will be back talking about more DC-related stuff this week as more rumors about Discovery and Superman and other things have leaked over the weekend. And some big news is supposed to be dropping this coming week. So we'll see what happens. But thanks so much. Keep it locked here for all things Batman in movies, video games, TV, animation, and sometimes comics. Later, Gothamites.